to join the circus. Gonna be a broken-hearted clown. Paint my face with a good-for-nothing smile, 'cause a mean, fickle woman turned my whole world upside down.
Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Bryce, talking to you about you and your business. That's an oldie but a goodie, but it sure does resonate today. Although Scott Walker, that's who we're talking about, that's who we're referring to, the governor of Wisconsin, who just recently withdrew from the circus. He didn't go off to join the circus. He left the circus, which has been this campaign. That woman, what do you call that? Call her a finicky woman? What did he call her?
Right, yeah.
Fickle
woman.
I mean, that would be the American voter who actually thinks that the electoral system has become a reality TV show, going with the entertainer rather than anyone who knows anything about where America should go direction-wise. God help us all. I'm telling you, we have become a dystopia. I'm thinking about doing a regular feature on the program called Idiocracy Watch.
Yeah.
You know, and we do regular updates on America's moving towards an idiocracy. The announcement by Scott Walker, one of the very few truly legitimate candidates with a track record that would make him a rock star historically, being one of the examples of him having zero support. 40 people at his last town hall meeting in Iowa. 40 people showed up.
Awful. That's just terrible. He's a sitting governor.
A sitting governor.
Of a state that really he defied all sorts of political upheaval, and the unions and millions of dollars pouring in from all over the country to try to get him ousted. He survived a recall. In fact, he didn't just survive it, he thrived. He made more, got more votes during the recall. So, for him to be the second to leave after Rick Perry, another governor, by the way, although he was not a sitting governor at the time, it's just astounding, because you would expect the governors who are used to running political campaigns, especially long-lived governors like Rick Perry, the longest-serving governor in Texas history, that he couldn't hang in there.
Yeah.
And now Scott Walker couldn't hang in there after, really brutal recall and other elections. So what does that say about this circus this time?
And the only one who has the financial ability to continue to run regardless of what happens politically, the only one, is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's not Jeb Bush. It's Donald Trump.
Right.
And
because he's self-funding.
He's self-funding, and so $1 billion is a lot of money to Donald Trump, but Donald Trump can come up with $1 billion.
Maybe.
He could.
Maybe.
So
he acts like he can.
I think he can. And so let's put it this way. He can come up with more than any of the rest of the lot. Arguably, most of the lot combined.
Right. Right. And it's just bizarre to me that Scott Walker, who you loved more than anyone else.
I liked him the most.
You talked about him for years.
Yeah.
Talked about it, looking forward to him running for president. When he got in the race, you were so excited. And the problem is that he got no love. He got no airtime during the debates, and he did not acquit himself well with the little airtime that he did get.
Yep.
And so, it just shows you how unforgiving this election cycle is.
And how fast it changes. Because if you do recall, it wasn't more than May or whatever, and he was ranked 1 or 2 and in the double digits in his support.
And the Koch brothers were the ones saying, they're putting their money behind Scott Walker.
He was their anointed one, it appeared.
Yeah. So what does that say? And Jeb Bush, by the way, has been lackluster at best. And he was by far considered the front runner.
Yeah. He looks, during that debate, what do they call that? Punch drunk?
Right.
Or someone,
Right.
He looked punch drunk during that. He had this incongruent smile, goofy smile. Donald Trump is sitting there insulting him, and he has a smile. Did you
wait a second?
It wasn't the Rand Paul eyes rolling back smile. It was, I'm happy, or this is okay. It's like, really?
Yeah, but did you see Donald Trump's faces that he was making?
Oh, well,
they made Al Gore look normal.
Donald Trump can do whatever he wants.
Right.
That's the whole thing that everyone's really hasn't been able to grapple with the reality. Donald Trump can be a racist. Donald Trump can be a sexist. He can be darn right misogynist, which he is. I mean, you notice all of his direct insults are always towards women. Remember what he said about Rand Paul? He said, look, I could insult you, but he doesn't even do it. But he'll take pot shots at women like the cows are coming home. He can do whatever
what he's
he
saying
wants.
about his daughter, the totally inappropriate comments about his daughter.
Yeah, what did he say about his daughter?
How gorgeous she is, and that if he weren't her father, that he would date her.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Holy jamoli, Oedipus Rex! Come on.
Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, we live in that kind of culture. And any of you people, the ones who scare me the most are the conservative Christians who have flocked to him in droves.
Right.
And, this guy is like the antithesis.
Or conservatives who've just given up their conservative principles because, he's popular.
He's popular. This guy's like the antithesis of humility. And if you're a Christian, you want a humble leader. The reason why Moses and God talked face to face, according to the scripture, is because Moses was the most humble man on the face of the earth. And Trump is like the least humble person I've ever seen.
I don't think you have any problem with him talking to God anytime soon.
He'd be talking to himself, wouldn't he?
Well, maybe.
So anyway, it's a sad day. I wish Governor Walker well.
But there's no term limit, so he can go right back to campaigning to be governor again in Wisconsin
and win handily. But
we'll see.
He'll win. You watch. Anyway,
goodbye, Scott Walker. Goodbye.
All right. When we come back, we'll have more for you right here on The Price of Business.